You should always cherish your wins on the come up. You should always cherish your wins on the come up. What you must understand is that when you are on your come up, quote unquote, and you know exactly what it is that you want, and you go after it day in and day out, and you don't appreciate how far you've come based on the work you've been able to put in, it becomes a downward spiral. The reason being is because you will always continue to be dissatisfied. And this is something that I had to learn, and I'm learning through it up until this point, is that when you know you're doing good things, you know you're doing great things, and you realize that you're doing things that are very untraditional from the people that at your age, what you must have to understand is that you have to appreciate how far you've come. Even if you look back 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or maybe even 5 years, about the person you were back then to who you are now, and all the experiences that you've been able to go through and be able to learn from not only other people but also meet new people, like, pat yourself on the back. Because what you must understand is that there's tons of people in this world that do the same things on a daily basis. They have the same friends, they talk to the same people, they do the same shit over and over again. So the fact that you were able to get up and try to make a change for yourself for the better, there's not too many people that are doing that. People would rather sit in their misery, guilt, shame, because it's comfortable, than going after the things that it is that they genuinely want and aspire to be. And being young and having time on your hands is super valuable. You must realize that the people that are older than you, quote unquote, they wish they could do the things that you're doing now, but they also can do it at an older age, because not only do they have maybe the money to do it, but they also may not be able to do it because they have kids, they have to do X, Y, and Z, they have to take care of their family, they have to do this, they have to do that. So the fact that you don't have any of those adult responsibilities allows you to do the things that it is that you want to do whenever you want, however you want to do them. Whether it's spending money, whether it's doing certain things, doing certain hobbies, investing in yourself, whatever the case may be, you have the ability to do that. So use the time that you have now to be able to do it. That way you can reap the reward in the next 5-10 years because of the work you put in today. And then you really can do whatever it is the fuck that you want. Kids will go to private school, fucking live in a 15,000 square foot house. You got cars for every day of the fucking week. Motherfucking garage looks like a pack of Skittles. You got vacation homes all across the world. You fly first class everywhere. It all starts with your daily inputs. What are you doing on a daily basis that's getting you to your goals? And you must realize what it is that's taking you away from your goals, whether it's energy draining, whether it's attention draining, whether it's something that's not adding any value to you, or something that's not in alignment with where you want to go and who you want to be. You have to constantly take a mental audit of this. And yes, it's going to be challenging at first, but the moment you have this self-awareness of what you're doing at every given moment of the day allows you to be more productive with your time and realize all the time you've been fucking off throughout the day because you're doing some bullshit activity. And once you realize that everyone has 24 hours in a day, and what you must realize is that it's how effective you use that 24 hours. When you wake up, do you get up and just hit the snooze button several times? Or you get up and you scrolling on TikTok and looking at Instagram reels and doing X, Y, and Z? Those are the things that will make or break how your morning is and how productive your morning is. Watching TikTok and doing that shit in the morning was not conducive to my success. And yeah, I take full accountability for doing those things at a certain point, but at some point it was just diminishing returns. Now sure, I still use social media, and sure, I may doom scroll, but that's after all my work is done. Once everything I've done throughout that day is completed, then I allow myself the guilty pleasure, quote unquote. Just let my mind relax, maybe learn something new or whatnot, but I don't let that shit over consume me. You know, And a lot of the time with this content shit, like, I don't really like watching a bunch of content because I like my philosophy and I like my belief, and I want to kind of give you guys my thought process and my philosophy as to how I was able to get to where I am today. I'm a one-of-one individual, and I know that, and that's what makes me unique. So in order for me to be unique, I have to convey unique messages. Conveying unique messages entails me thinking for myself and asking myself these questions and really figuring out what it is that I genuinely want. You guys should do the same thing. Ask yourself, why do you want certain things? Just question everything so you can allow yourself to the why behind what it is that you genuinely want. And once you realize that, and once you start stacking those small wins, cherish those moments, because the moment you start winning just a little bit, it's a momentum effect. You get one win, then you get two, then you get two, then it turns into five, and then five turns to 10. So each and every time you cherish those moments, it's almost like a reward. You get a sense of dopamine, and that dopamine rush allows you to push for more because you're fulfilled from it. It's enjoying. It's a sense of enjoyment, right? So the more dopamine you get, the more work you'll tend to output or tend to produce, basically, essentially. So once you realize that and you have a positive reward system, then you realize that the work you're doing is actually fun and it's easy and it's not really a chore to do because of not only the results you've been able to accomplish, but also the person you've been able to become. And once you realize that, you don't even want to do all the bullshit things that don't really add any value to you. It's just boring. It's like, why would I even want to do this if my life is so great on the other side, and vice versa? So just understanding that and really just thinking, like, what is it that I actually want to do versus what other people are telling me that I should do? And I came across this on my come up too. Like, people will question why I'm doing what I'm doing or whatnot. It was just like, why the fuck do y'all care so much about what I'm doing? Like, I never asked y'all why the fuck y'all do X, Y, and Z. So why am I getting crucified for the shit that I'm doing that's actually making me better? Whereas the shit that y'all doing that's not making y'all better, I don't question it. I don't point a finger. I don't bat the eye. So it's just a part of the journey, and it's something I've been able to learn throughout the course of time and be able to manage it. But when in those earlier days, I just didn't know how to deal with it because I didn't have anybody showing me the ropes. And I feel like some of my outlets were social media, just watching people and listening to people that had the life that I wanted to live and just kind of embodying their philosophies and kind of making it in my own unique way. And it just was a positive, I was able to get a positive effect out of it, you know? So you got to do what works best for you at the end of the day, but generally remember that these little wins that you do accumulate, definitely do cherish them, because the moment you stop cherishing them, you'll feel like the work you're doing is a chore. And then you tend to forget why you're doing it in the first place. And and another thing too is, like, the reason why I had so much of an issue with this is just because I expected to do this shit. Like, I always knew I would do this shit and be in these predicaments, so I wasn't surprised. But I just thought that highly of myself. So it got to a point where sometimes that was not really very beneficial in my circumstances. So I just had to make some minor tweaks. Like, yeah, I cherish those moments. So when I go get dinner, or when I go with the guys to go do something, like we go see some cars or something like that, or whatever the case may be, or we looking at real estate or property or whatever it may be, like, I cherish those moments because I always wish I was in those moments, in those predicaments, you know? I pray for times like this. So obviously I am grateful, but take a moment to enjoy and cherish that moment.